Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hummingway Open Round 3. Today, with me, we have playing in the top left is Marriedtoletsplay, to Antidale, to Dia, to Paranoia, and co-commentating with me today is Lofos. Hello, Lofos.
Hello, Iscal. How are you doing today?
I'm doing mighty fine today. Also, on our tracking today, we have Mia Noko, shoutouts to them in chat, and we have Tarasu once again restreaming for us, being part of Pleasant. So, how do you feel about this radio start?
Rydia could be a little tough. It's going to depend on who they have with her. But you do get that free summon at Mount Hobbs if our runners decide to go there. So that could be pretty powerful, but it's not going to be Bahamut or Leviathan, unfortunately.
Absolutely, but there can be some decent ones around. Titan would be a really good one. Some elementals can be here and there, hit and miss. We will have to see who our second person is to go along with it, see if it's a Sid or anything else. I'd rather see something like a Teller start, make it a bit more interesting for our runners today.
I love Tella starts personally. It's one of my favorites because then you have the exit right away. Tella's got decent HP to start with, so you can take a couple hits to get through those fights.
Absolutely, it may be a little bit more grindy just to get some items to be able to get them so they can have the damage, but Antlion would still be possible and other things available. But we'll see how it goes. And yeah.
For sure. So this is round 3. These 4 runners are the only 4 that have won all of their races so far.
Absolutely, and so it looks like we may have the chance of having a play-in to be able to get that final at once all these rounds are finished. Definitely going to be looking interesting. As we have seen, there's been a lot of hook runs in the Hummingway Open. Maybe we'll get another one today. We'll see what happens.
Yep, and it looks like we're just about to get started here. And we're going to see who that character is. I'm excited. This is going to be a fun race. These are, like I said, the only 4 that have won every race so far. And so far, these are the best of the Hummingway Open, according to what we've seen.
Absolutely, and we see a Dark Knight Cecil start with a Magma Key, so no hook already. Underground is already accessible. So for those who are not who are new to the Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise, we have to find majorly 4 key items to be able to go into Go mode. We have to be able to get into space to get to Zeromus, so either the Pass or the Dark Crystal. We need a way underground, which we already have, which is the Magma Key, and a way to forge the crystal.
Right, and this Dark Knight Cecil's not the worst start. I mean, same kind of thing I said earlier. He's got some HP to start with. He can tank some hits, so that like helps you out. But he's not going to be doing a whole lot of damage for you at the beginning.
Absolutely. We do see Kain being guarded by, well, what looks like King and Queen Emblem. But nevertheless, yeah, he is possible to be used in the early game. The game still expects you to have Cecil in this point, so a couple of the first bosses might be easier. We'll see if they get any of the gear for Dark Knight Cecil. A Black Sword would be really, really good. We do see a Curse Ring already, so we'll see if anyone does use an Agility Anchor and just drop their agility down.
Right, and with this Cecil start, you got to wonder how many people are going to be going into Mount Ordeals, or are they going to keep this Dark Knight Cecil and use that as your agility anchor later? I mean, it'd be kind of hard to hold on to him through the whole game, but that is an option that they have on the table.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been corrected that it's an Azura that's keeping Kain at bay. Kain would also be decent at the moment, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be more looking for items, going to unlock their hovercraft as well. Maybe checking the bosses for Demist and just running around for a little bit.
Right, it looks like Dia is going straight for that Hobbs summon right off the bat. So this could be pretty interesting to see how we're going to start it off.
Ooh, very unfortunate to get a Demist there. Demist is not the greatest summon for Rydia, as it is based off your character's HP. And Rydia, let's say she has very little.
Right. Also, Marriedtoletsplay does a vanilla demist check to see what's there, and we see a Baigen, which I like to see that there because I do not like fighting Baigen in very many spots.
No, Viking can be very, very annoying. And Diaz climbed Mount Hobbs and check the character. It is a teller, but we don't see who's guarding them.
I would definitely want to see that, but they might go around the other side of Hobbs and then pop in so they can check to see who the boss is. Because if it's not too hard of a boss, Tella's a really good help with this starting party with that exit spell. It makes it a lot easier.
Absolutely, and yeah, Water Hag was in Waterfall, so that's a decently free boss. Can hit hard in some of the later areas, but it is unfortunately unavailable for our runners. So we could see some interesting stuff. So not too many items have been picked up. That's really great. A black helmet for Cecil, but not gonna be great.
Right. I haven't seen anything great. Oh, there we go. Now I found something great in the Kaipo shop. Sirens and coffins, so you grind all in one spot. What would be really cool to see, since they started with the magma key, is to see if anybody grabs those sirens and coffins and just goes straight underground and cracks some eggs right off the bat.
Would be interesting to see. I don't think anyone's going to do that straight away. I think they would want some more party members before they do so. Be interesting if anybody does. Maybe check some of the free spots underground, like land on summoning monsters, or just check Feymarch. Hey, see if anything's around.
Right, and it looks like Antidale is going to be the first one going down the Antlion path, and we'll get to see our first boss fight and key item, hopefully.
Absolutely. So people just running around, checking shops, and hopefully we do see some action soon. Do see just normal checks of like see if Demus is here, Demus is there. Nothing popped up yet. Do see a couple free bosses available. Do see Dio actually throwing in their magma key while they've been shopping though.
Nice, yeah, I like that early magma play. I really hope that they go down there as well.
Absolutely. Just check what's down there, see what's available, see what's going on.
I always like to see how many people decide to loot the Troya Armory off the bat. I've never really had a whole lot of luck, but I believe it has just about the same number of chests as Damcian does. It's what, 9 checks there, and I think there are 9 in Damcian as well. So I always feel like I always go to Damcian first, and some people go to Troya. And you always wonder, like, oh, what if I go to the other one and there's something good? But you don't want to waste too much time, so it's cool to see that happening.
Absolutely, it's not really much too different. It's going to be going around. Is player's preference more? Do you prefer this place to this area? See what your kind of like muscle reactions are.
Right, and Dia does go underground, so we get some early underground action. I like that. Did Dia grab any sirens or coffins, did you see?
I do not believe they did. I don't think they've checked Kaipo.
That would, oh yeah, I just saw their inventory. It didn't look like they had any, but that would be, I enjoy that play. If you can just crack one egg and get the starting levels on Rydia and make her not nearly as squishy, because she starts out with 30 HP and it's really hard to like just get through a fight without her dying, so she can get a little bit of XP.
Absolutely, and we did see, unfortunately, it was a plague at Antlion spot, and still actually getting out of there and just going up Mount Hobbs. Probably going to be finding out Teller. Might grab him. Life will be pretty useful in that fight. It's only 1,000 HP, so would be an easy just sweep for.
Right, sorry, 1 second. I'm trying to refresh my stream because I think I'm a little bit behind on this one.
That's quite fine. Do you see Marriedtoletsplay currently going to check out that plague, and still setting up their party to get ready for this next fight to grab Teller. Dia going through and grabbing their free item check. Going to be in Feymarch. See if they check the bosses out. They probably won't be fighting them. Be way too strong for their characters right now. Probably just grabbing them what they can. And unfortunately, you see Artemis bow. It's not the worst thing in the world. Decently good because they do have a Rydia and what may be a Paladin Cecil. So we'll see what they get for it up.
Right, and that always stinks when you start out at the easiest key item location and you don't even get a key item. But the Artemis bow's pretty good. Can Rydia can't use bows, can she?
I do believe she can.
Yeah. Okay.
But we do see a life staff up in where Plague was. Not going to be the greatest reward for such an easy area, especially because they don't have a dedicated white mage right now, and I don't believe really I can equip that. So unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there's very much available for our runners at the moment. 2 spots been checked, nothing turning out. Do still have a lot open since we do have the magma key.
Oh yeah, it looks like Paranoia is dropping that magma key as well. Gonna go down there. Dia's doing all these free underground checks, and I really like doing this this panless self cave play.
Hello, sorry about that. Discord being a little bit weird. I have reconnected back. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I think I can.
I can hear you. Yeah. Have I been coming through this whole time? I don't know if I'm just like talking to myself or not. I was worried.
I do not know. It's still very, very weird sometimes. Having some wonderful. Both people can be heard. So catching back up, we've got what's currently going on. Marriedtoletsplay and Dia are going through their Fable Gauntlet. Dia being the only one checking the pan. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit behind probably now as well.
Oh, that's all right. I think you were a little bit ahead of me before. So, yeah, Dia's got the Sylph Cave check, and Marriedtoletsplay does not. So Dia will be able to check out what Sheila 1 gives, but they're both in this basically free Dark Imps fight. Although I wasn't sure if I saw any hourglasses, but it doesn't look like these imps are doing much.
No, they will not be in a spot. Boreas making short work of them. The good part about the Dark Imps is that they do not have the boss bit. So they are freely able to be just hourglass, so they can be stopped and then summoned away. Paranoia are going to have a very, very, not summoned away, coffined away. So Paranoia probably going to have a very easy job once this Fable Gauntlet gets passed.
Right, and we're about to see what Dia's going to get from that real easy fight. A Darkness Crystal, holy cow. So start with a Magma Key and get a Darkness Crystal from the Fable fight. This seed is already wide open. It's going to get real interesting now.
It is. So we've already seen one variation with 2 people going underground. Paranoia actually cracking some eggs like you wanted to. People were running around all over the place, checking for stops. So with the whole map actually being wide open like this, actually makes it very, very interesting. We'll see, because it's the nature of a randomizer that anything can be anywhere. Any of our runners could be thrown into the first place anytime soon.
Right, and I missed what Sheila 1 gave. Did you catch that one?
Unfortunately not. I'm sure someone in chat can correct us on that. It
Yeah,
doesn't seem like it gave any. Oh, it gave the pan.
Oh, vanilla pan. That's a fun time. I always love having to go back and do that again.
That's very, very interesting. So you can get 2 more checks off that, perfectly free. Does look like Dia is instead going to Mount Hobbs, grabbing their teller through that decent easy fight against Odin.
Yeah, and Paranoia actually cracked a few eggs. I think they had a Rydia up into like the 500s in HP already, so that's pretty helpful, and it'll be helpful with that DMS summon as well, as you were saying before.
Absolutely, it'll be a good source of damage in this early game, going to help them out. It's interesting they're going back into Feymarch. I don't know if they're going to be trying to fight the monsters with that Demus and Dark Knight Cecil. Oh no, just going to, sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong place. They're going to just grab Yang and go do Fatal Gauntlet.
Right, and it looks like most of our runners are just going over previously seeing. There it is, Water Pollution Control Inspector. That is the job dwarf. We got to see it on Antidale's screen.
Water Inspector. Gotta make sure all that water underground is clean. All that lava.
Yeah, it's actually Lava Inspector. Dia's taking on this Asura fight, gonna try to grab this cane. We'll see what's behind Asura and if it's something that's beatable at this point.
Absolutely, we'll be interested to see. Ooh, could be something easy to do. Yep, just some general fights. Could be the Fatal Gauntlet.
Yep, and Dia's gonna reset out. That's gonna take a little while to get through there. I don't know if that cane's worth it right at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a very big time loss. But if the key item is important behind it, everyone's going to have to go through it. Kane can be a decent party member at the moment, considering we still have the most free at the moment with a Teller Rydia and Dark Knight Cecil. Marriedtoletsplay actually going up to the moon. Probably going to be checking the shop and the free character up there.
May just be trying to check the Basidia shop and figured, hey, I'll just pop this whale out while I'm here. We'll see if they actually decide to go to the moon this early or not. Might just go check that character like you said, though.
Yeah, just going for the shop, but we could see if they decide to get a free character. Could be something good, could be the Edge and Fusia. The reason why Edge and Fusia aren't always available is because they have to be locked behind a key item, so you need a key item to be able to unlock those characters.
Right. Dia's finally going back to actually do the pan check, so that's two free key item checks right there. So that'll be pretty interesting to see. That'll kind of give us some routes that we can take besides just our standard checks.
Well, we will see if this is a really quick jet seed and get the legend and the Adam from Cheetah too.
That would be pretty sweet. Or not. Well, not for the viewers. It would be sweet if I was playing it, but...
Yeah, absolutely. Be a very quick jet seed. We'll see what people will go with party composition at that point, since not many people are available. Just go up to Zeromus with a child Rydia, a Dark Knight Cecil, and a Teller without going to Mount or Dills and see what happens.
And you get a Gugnir Spear from the Sylph Cave. So that could be helpful if you pick up that cane, and a Sid on the moon.
Not perfect, but it's going to be still decent. He's a really tanky character. He's going to be helping through Mount or Dills if they decide to do so. I do not see any of our runners not wanting to do it at this point right now. They have Soma Drop, they have a Teller, they have a Dark Knight Cecil. It's very much worth going through at the moment, but nobody else yet deciding to do so.
Right, but I haven't really seen any great weapons for Cecil besides that Artemis bow and Artemis arrows. No really good swords that I've seen yet. There's an ice brand in Marriedtoletsplay inventory, but outside of that, not the best reason to make him a paladin off the bat if you don't want to.
No, not quite, but I did just see an Avenger from Sheila 2.
Oh, well, yeah, that might be a good reason then.
Absolutely. So the Avengers are a really good item. For people who don't know, in battle you can swap out to the Avenger and it will give him the Berserk status, still having the power of the item beforehand. But right now it's probably the best item they have.
Oh yeah, not bad at all. So it looks like the seed's actually pointing towards Mount Ordeals. We'll see if that's actually a good play or not. And Paranoia is going into the Baron fight as well, and wonder if they're going to reset out of that Febo Gauntlet fight.
Absolutely, it is decent, but Kane might be worth it, especially now that we know there's a Gungnir. It's a decently good weapon that can be used. It's not the best in the game, but it might still be.
Okay, so Dia and Paranoia both in the Febo Gauntlet, and it looks like Paranoia's going to do it. And so is Dia, so they're going to get their canes pretty easily here. It shouldn't be too difficult.
Not at all. Do you see Marriedtoletsplay now unlocking the underground? We're going to be checking the item shop really quick, being blocked by the worst bosses in the game. And just going to be checking out Antidale, off to go check their item shops out. I don't think they've done Fable Gauntlet yet, no they have not, so probably going to be doing that.
Right, so we got some time to wait before we see the key item behind Kane's spot there. I did also see Cure 3s are up on the moon, so that's a nice item to find somewhere. At least you know where they're at, even if you can't afford them right now. That'll be pretty helpful for later, especially if we don't end up finding a white mage, because I haven't seen one yet. Well, besides Tella, if you want to count Tella.
Most people usually don't, and Rydia isn't a great white mage either. The best you got is Sylph, really, and that's not going to be useful against the Romas.
Right, and they do have the Sylph summon. I've seen them use it a few times, so that could be something in the meantime. But now you know where Cure 3s are, so that'll help.
Absolutely. We'll want to see if anyone goes down to Luca to see if they can grow their Rydia up. Probably won't be, but it will be interesting to.
So now we have 3 runners on that fight to get Kane, and Antidale is on these Dark Imps and Fabul. A lot of just going over the same paths so far. What would you do at this point if you were running this seed? Where would you want to check out first?
Personally, yeah, the Baron is not a bad choice here. Getting the Kane with a Gungnir, gonna help you out, and then I'd probably head straight over to Mount Ordeals. Just because I now got a really good weapon, I've got a decently good characters at this point in the game. Blast through that, get Tella up, get that Meteo, so it gives just speed through even more bosses in the underground.
Yeah, that's not a bad play at all, especially with the Avenger. But now you have a Kane, you could just put that Avenger on Kane if you don't want to wait through all the boss fights on Ordeals. We did get a pass with that Kane from the Baron Inn, so that could be helpful later. I love having the pass, so I don't have to go to the moon, get my key items, come down, forge my crystal, and then go walk all the way down again. So that pass is super helpful on this flag set.
Absolutely. So I would not be surprised if people decide to clear the Earth first, just to see if both the Legend and the Adamant is around here. Instead, never have to touch the moon. But since Cure Freeze is on the moon, would not be surprised if people go back up there just to grab them.
And Tarasu pointing out in chat, what an amazing idea here. If you go to Ordeals, you unlock all of Tella spells and you get Cecil at level 1, and you have the Darkness Crystal. Go do a D Machine grind with that week on Tella, and you can boost Cecil through the roof really quick.
Absolutely, just slingshotting is not a bad idea, especially because we do currently have the Avenger. Another weapon might not be too hard to find along the way, but yeah, Slither will definitely be useful as well, just for some extra tankiness to make sure people don't die while setting up.
Right, you also have to have 5 characters in your party to get that XP boost.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do see Dia going up now. Mount Ordeals, going to be grabbing those. See what bosses are in a way. Some of them can be very, very annoying, especially with the current party composition. Some who really murder us at this point in the game.
It looks like Paranoia went back underground. I think they're doing the pan checks now. Yep, they haven't done those yet. So they'll get their Gungnir Spear and eventually their Avenger's Sword. So the whole pan chain is just a big weapon dump, which is pretty nice sometimes.
It most certainly can be. Kane going to be carrying through for quite a little bit of time, especially with the Avenger bonus that you can gain. Just going to slap some bosses and be done with it, basically.
Alright, here's Dia making that Ordeals play. We see a moon boss on the first fight, and it's Pale Dim. It's probably one of the easiest moon bosses you can find in most spots.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to be getting through this really, really quickly. Dia's character is currently hitting very, very hard, and all Pale Dim really does is just counterattack with slow, which isn't going to be bad.
Right, and the Artemis Bow and Artemis Arrows are effective against Pale Dim. I'm just going to wipe that out real quick.
Absolutely. Do see Marriedtoletsplay also making their Ordeals climb, Antidale checking out the shop, seeing those gear fees. Paranoia just grabbing their Avenger and going.
The second boss on Mount Ordeals, the back attack is the Mom Bomb. Not a super difficult fight, but you do have to wait. Probably going to have to wait for it to phase change and break into the little bombs, and if you have an hourglass, then it's basically a free fight at that point. I don't think they're going to be able to deal that extra 10,000 damage. Is it 10,000? Yeah, 10,000 after 10,000. To get the quick kill on it. But
yeah, absolutely. Will be a decently easy fight still, nevertheless. Because I do believe all our runners have hourglasses. Be surprised if no one does, because I did see them being picked up in chests and in e-shops.
Right. Yep. So still nothing too difficult yet. We haven't found any roadblocks, so it's kind of seeming like a somewhat jetty seed, just from the beginning looks of it. But that Legend and Adamant could definitely be hidden behind a log chain, and we'll see how that goes.
I'm personally hoping for some music tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely. That would be cool. I don't think I've commentated a seed that has had music required yet, so that would be pretty nifty.
Absolutely. The only problem when you are commentating when music is available is you have to listen to yourself for a little bit.
Nobody likes to hear themselves talk.
No, absolutely not. But do see Dia now throwing out Stardust, murdering everybody's bombs. Fortunately, Cecil and Taylor going down shouldn't be too much of a problem for the next fight.
Right, and they'll get a full heal when they pop into this this little altar room here. Looks like Antidale's following up on the Ordeals play as well, and Paranoia is finally going down Antlion, and not going to be super rewarded.
No, very unfortunate he is a little bit behind, going to Feymarch, I think twice, but won't be too bad, not too far behind, probably going to be heading off to Mount Ordeals next, going to be catching up with the rest of this runners on the same way.
And we get a bonus round inside the crystal room on Mount Ordeals. It's the D-Mists. That
is very good for us. The main reason why is because we can now go check Village of Mist, go check Radius Mount. There's a free bonus item that people are now available to get. D-Mist is not going to have much high HP in this area. Probably won't even let us see 3 rounds of him attacking.
Definitely only 1,000 HP in this spot. should not be any difficulty whatsoever on this.
Not at all. So going to make that completely free. Will not be surprised if people go and throw the Soma drop on Teller just to grab that little bit of extra MP for some of those spells he has. He does not gain any more MP for the game, and it is annoying that it does.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to manage the MP there. I like it when I have a Tella for a little while in the beginning, and then I find a Fusoya later, and I could just get a free upgrade like that.
What's that? Teller's evolving?
Oh yeah. I did unfortunately miss the item on Ordeals. Did you catch that one?
I do believe it was a defense sword.
Defense sword. That's actually a pretty good weapon right there. I think that's Kane's best weapon, if I'm not mistaken. Besides, I think it's White Lance, right?
I do believe it is defense weapon, and just throwing an Avenger. Yeah, that's been shown, told by Mia. Defense is just fine. Okay, throw the Avenger and let him swing.
Right. So we'll see what this D-Mist check gives Rydia's mom, and it's a hook. So we do have a hook seed, but just not required hook.
Unfortunate. Would be interesting to see if that magma key just didn't exist at the start. See if anyone's forgotten. You know, it'd be great.
What that hook does unlock, though, is another character check if anybody's upset with their current party. I honestly wouldn't be too upset at this point, though, and I don't think it'd be worth a run down through Evelyn Cave unless you're looking for an item from the shop down there, and I don't think there's anything that we were missing so far.
Not really. Probably the best thing that people are going to be doing now after this little Mount of Deals check is probably getting some 5 people. So Paranoia and Dia, I think they're the only people without 5 characters at the moment. We'll either go up to the moon and check that, or go to Cave Emblem and just get that free character and start that grind. I don't believe we have found Bucket Swines yet.
That could be one thing they might go down there to look for. I haven't seen them in any shops yet either, but it's kind of hard to keep track of all the shops that are being checked all at the same time.
Absolutely. But Cave Emblem could be potentially holding some good stuff for our runners. Bucket Swines would be extremely useful at this point in the run, as we have nobody who has Berserk. So it would be really nice for people, especially with this Cecil and...
Right, definitely. Still no real change in plays so far. So, do you think that D-Machine grind's coming up? I don't know if anybody's really skilled at it. That's kind of something that if you don't practice it, it could be difficult to pull off.
I have seen a couple runners in Hummingway actually do D-Machine grind a couple times, and it has worked in their favors. It's a very, very quick grind. It's super easy to do. We'll see if people do it. But people might instead prefer to go for eggs instead, because it's just a quick siren coffin, siren coffin, siren coffin.
Oh yeah, definitely. I do like. Well, I remember when I first started running this game, like the eggs was like my go-to, and there was like all these other much better grinds. But it's like, yeah, but eggs, they're easy. I'll just do that, even if it takes forever.
Yeah, a little bit less pressure off your back. Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting, and I know some players don't like to grind until, you know, they're kind of out of other plays, or until they're almost ready to go to the Zeramus fight, because you're going to be getting XP from the bosses you fight, especially if you're going to go clear the moon out, and the XP will be kind of wasted if you've already grinded. But it's going to make it a lot easier to get through those fights.
Absolutely. We do see Deer now going to the Giant though. Probably going to be going for that D-Machine grind. See if anyone else joins them. Marriedtoletsplay might be doing so as well. Just grabbing some hourglasses, but not even checking Dwarf Castle.
Oh yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see if Dia does this D-Machine grind and it goes off well. What kind of advantage that gives him against all the other runners.
If no one else does D-Machine grind, which I will be very surprised if no one else does, it gives him a lot more time than a lot of people, because with the D-Machine grind, it slingshots a lot better than than all other fights do, because you get all the experience in one go. What the D-Machine is that there's a little search node, basically, that summons a dragon, I think it is, and you just weak it, kill it, weak it, kill it, weak it, kill it. Possibly get the life glitch as well if you can. What the life glitch is all enemies have a vitality stat of 0. The life goes off for people's vitality stats, and because they don't have one, you technically kill it twice.
Oh yeah, that'll be useful in a lot of things, and as long as it doesn't have the boss bit, then it works. It works on even on boss fights that don't have the boss bit, which is really nice when you're at like Ogopogo spot and you find dark imps, and you can hourglass some coffin and life, and you get a lot of XP that way as well. Marriedtoletsplay is gonna head down to the lunar subterranean. Probably gonna pop a few sirens here before taking out any bosses though.
Probably so. The good thing about this is King Ryus do give a really good amount of experience as well, especially if you life glitch them. So he's going to be clearing that out. But if Dia does do this D-Machine grind and does it really, really well, he is going to soar ahead, as he is going to go for the moon like it is butter.
Oh yeah, and that's going to be the big difference. I like this early moon play, getting that darkness so early. I feel like the whole thing's going to be split. And it's either the people that go underground first are going to be ahead, or the people that go to the moon first are going to be ahead. And it's just anybody's game.
Yeah, I do see Antidale checking where over there. Didn't see who was in the bed for the Sand Ruby, unfortunately. But it is interesting that Antidale checked. See everyone else doing other things. Paranoia might be going up to the moon as well. Let's see what he does. But Marriedtoletsplay going for those King Ryus, Dia going for that D-Machine grind.
Yep, and it looks like at least Dia believes they found the fight. You can get this combo with the Searcher and the Beamers and not be the D-Machine fight. But I'm sure the way that they were running through, it looks like they know what they're doing, so I'm assuming this is going to be it.
Absolutely. Paranoia also going to be doing the D-Machine grind. The biggest problem with doing it right now is that ethers are going to be your best friend. Weak on Teller is great, but Teller doesn't have, as we said before, doesn't have the biggest mana reserve. You're going to have to throw ethers at him to get him to have that mana back to make sure he can sustain freezing.
Oh yeah, and also when you do the D-Machine grind at these early levels, for me it gets kind of scary, because if you mess it up just a little bit, that dragon's gonna eat your face.
Absolutely, and that's a lot of progress you will lose, especially because this fight goes on for a long time. I think it's, what is it, 7 or 8 D-Machines? It might be even like 4 or 5.
It'll depend on how far they want to go. I would say in the very early round and without 10 key items, I think you're going to want to do 7 and try to life glitch each of them. Is that? I know with 10 key items, you're looking at like 4 all life glitch, and that's plenty.
Yeah, I was thinking of both. But yeah, 7 usually is a good amount, because you want to get, especially with really only party as well, you want to get her to level 52, which is the point where she learns Nuke, and that's a big buff.
Right.
50, sorry.
Yeah, it's 50. I believe it's different depending on whether you have the J abilities on, I think, if I remember right, unless that's different as well. Palom is 52 for Nuke, though.
Yeah, I was thinking of the wrong person. My bad.
Yep, so we got 2 D-Machine grinders, 1 Gold Dragon grinder, And one just cleaning up some spots, grabbing the cane right now.
Absolutely. So for those who are, while this is going on, for those who are just joining us while Marriedtoletsplay saves game to start those bosses on the moon, we had a really interesting start. We had a Rydia and Dark Knight Cecil start with a magma key. Soon enough, people went to Fabul after checking Yang for Sheeta 1 and got the Darkness Crystal, so the entire place is open. We've gone to Mountain Deals, we've got characters, and it looks like we're just starting our grind now to get through those other ones.
Yep, so with the full party and doing some grinding early, I'm pretty excited to see when we're going to see our next key item, and it looks like Marriedtoletsplay is going to start clearing these bosses on the moon.
Yeah, we got a couple of decent levels. Obviously, Cecil's still going to slingshot a little bit more as well. Rydia's still capable of doing some damage now, and it is Amarga Sisters first off. Not going to be too hard to fight for.
It's not going to be too bad, but it's still, this is, I believe, the highest HP spot in the game because you have the 2 Lunar Dragons. 42,000, I think, is the HP. Of course, it'll be split up. I'm not sure the Mega Sisters distribution, but it would be a lot easier if you had Quake.
It would be, because Quake gets past that wall that's placed on Cindy. Missed doing a decent amount of damage though. I'm surprised they don't have Sylph, actually.
Yeah, I think I've seen all the other runners with Sylph. Or at least 1 or 2 other runners, so maybe that was in a treasure box that they didn't check.
Most likely. But as soon as he gets rid of one of those people, confusers, it's going to be really good, but Sandy can revive, I believe. And can be a little bit of a tedious fight. Do you see Antidale actually? Are they also going to do the D machine grind?
Yep, looks like it. We got 3 runners all doing D machine. So that's not something you see every day.
Not at all. So Marriedtoletsplay, if he finds the either Legend or Adamant very, very quickly, he's going to shoot up into a very good position. Whereas the others are going to be a little bit behind, but because we've done the D machine grind, they won't be that far. Definitely can catch up quite easily, as this is a very common spot on the moon to be picked first. We'll see how far he has to get.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Marriedtoletsplay had to take a reset off of those Mega Sisters.
Very unfortunate, but we did see 58 levels on that Paladin Cecil. He is going to be hitting like a truck.
Wow, yeah, that's super helpful. And is Dia running the defense sword on him right now?
I don't know what he's got on him at the moment, but nevertheless, any good items to go along with maybe an Avenger, unless they want to keep with the Cane having that with the defense sword. It's just going to help him out. He's got a good amount of tankiness now. His cover's going to be super useful. His other characters have a good amount of health. It's just going to be a lot easier to clear these bosses now, and he's in a very good position.
Oh yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where they decide to go next, and it looks like the moon as well. So nobody making the underground play yet. That could really split it up, but if everybody goes moon, then we're going to have a pretty tight race here.
Yeah, definitely interesting. Moon is usually the better option here. There's a lot more choices, a lot more experience available. So when you get down to on the ground, you mop it. It did get pointed out, I didn't see, but Teller was actually dead when XP was given. So that is your agility anchor for your fight against the Remus.
Oh yeah, definitely helpful to have a real low character as the agility anchor, especially if it's a Tella who starts off with real low agility as well. And a cursed ring if you want to slap that on there. Unfortunately, the way that the agility works, sometimes lower isn't always the best. I know a few times I've put cursed rings on people and it just makes things worse. But you're looking for specific numbers, and usually those low level characters with the low agility is going to be really good for your agility anchor.
Yeah, will be very useful. Though, of course, in this kind of game, you do save a lot. So when you do get that really bad fight, I think it's something like Wyvern, because where you have the low agility anchor, they get more turns. They can go faster, and Wyvern can just wipe your party.
Oh yeah, definitely seen that a few times.
So I do see Dia going down to the bottom of the moon. Going to be catching up to where Marriedtoletsplay was. Probably going to be flooding those Market Sisters and not having us at a time. Going to be pretty.
Did we see how many levels Rydia got? Because if Rydia has those high level spells, that could be super helpful, especially for this Mega Sisters fight.
Going to try and catch it on the menu.
I'm doing the same thing. Yeah. 42. So I believe that's past the Quake territory at least.
Yeah, past Quake territory, so that's still useful. Unfortunately not a nuke, but not particularly needed at the moment. Still going to be going through these moon bosses decently easy, and going to get that experience. Probably going to get nuked before they go into Zeromus though, so in case they get the Legend and the Element decently quick.
Right, and Dia right now is doing some back row glitching, which is a pretty interesting thing that it took me a while to even learn about. If you equip a ranged weapon on any character, it gives them damage to back row enemies and more damage when they're in the back row. And then if you unequip it, the game doesn't know how to turn that off. So you just automatically have the back row glitch. The only problem is you can't crit, I believe.
No, you can still crit.
Is it? I thought there was also a slight disadvantage, but it didn't matter at that point. But I don't know. I've already gotten like 5 things wrong today, so go me.
That's quite alright. I might be wrong, to be fair. I'm not the most knowledgeable person, but I do believe you can still crit on the back row because it doesn't take away that kind of flag, because you can still crit normally when you're firing a bow and stuff.
Right.
But there was a question in chat that was answered, but yes, you can. You grow up Rydia by going to the Dwarf Castle. It's when she returns to the party in the vanilla, I do believe, and helps out, and she's just grown up. So it's pretty cool that you get that little time span.
And now we got 2 runners on this Magus fight, so Married went and did some more grinding. As you can look at the HP levels, they're sitting a lot more comfortably than they were before, so I think both the runners are going to be able to get through this fight without too much issue.
Yeah, going to be really useful for them. Dia probably going to be going through this fight faster, as he does still have the higher levels. Married only did King Ryu's, and it's taking a lot of damage still. Going to still be a tough fight for them. Dia, whereas, is pretty good when it comes to this point, actually in a really strong position.
It looks like Dia's Rydia does not have Quake yet. Either that or they're choosing not to cast it because their reflecting virus is off. I'm thinking Quake might be level 45 for Rydia. I know she learns it super late.
She might do, but yeah, 64 levels on Paranoia side, level 48 on Rydia, so 2 more levels than she's got the nuke. But yeah, definitely has Quake now on that Rydia, so probably going to be heading up to the moon next as well. Antidale not going to be too far behind either. So everyone in a decently similar position at the moment. Going to be a close race. We'll see. The biggest turning point in this game is going to be who messes up.
And there we see Dia finish up the Mega Sisters fight and learn Quake on Rydia. Just a little late on that one.
It's unfortunate, but should be fine. Get a Protect and a Sand Ruby from the chest. Didn't see who was in the chest. Sorry, in the bed in town. I know someone went over there.
I missed it as well. I think Antidale went and checked it, but I didn't get a look at it. But at this point, this party's sitting pretty nice. I would be surprised if I see anybody go back down there unless we know it's a white mage.
Absolutely. Seeing that Antidale in the next spot. Gonna be a decently easy fight. The counters aren't, well, actually, decently hurting, actually. So, well, should be fine. And yeah, would be surprised if anyone gets a new character, especially with the current party position. They've all grinded up. Though grinding a new character won't be too long. It'll just be a little bit tedious here and there for them.
Oh yeah, and with all the levels that they already have, that slingshot rule would still be in effect, and it would take a couple gold dragons, and it'll jump them up pretty quick. Looks like Paranoia is landed over at the Bahamut spot, and they've already done their grind, so they're not going in for gold dragons. Could be getting a Cape Bahamut check pretty early.
Well, you know what they say, there's always value in Cave Bahamut.
Until there isn't.
Very true. Cave Bahamut is actually one of my personal favorite things to check. It's a decently hard spot, but with the levels, it doesn't look like anyone's going to have much trouble anymore with many of the fights. It's just who finds what first.
Oh, and look at that Excalibur off of Antlion at the plague spot. That's definitely going to make things a little smoother for Dia.
Absolutely, that is an Excalibur Seesaw available with Avenger if people want to use it instead of on the Cane, who might be wanting to jump. We'll see what runners prefer. We do see a Valis at Cape Bahamut spot. Not going to be too bad actually, because everybody has a Cane.
Right, still going to be a little tough because I believe this spot hits pretty hard, but we're going to see just how it goes, because every time Kane jumps on Valvalis and takes her out of her tornado form, she does an auto attack that could be rough. We'll see how that goes.
We could see them just not jump instead and just attack it, which we do see. Just berserked on that Cecil, dealing so much damage. Should be a decently easy fight with just the weak being the only problem for them.
Oh yeah, they're mowing through it. No need to even jump on it at all. But CPU at Ogopogo spot, that's delicious.
Absolutely. It's not the toughest fight in the world, but this is going to be a slog for them. Gotta kill that defender and then just go through the CPU's health, which is a really high HP because of the Ogopogo. But once again, he's got a lot of levels. Just make sure he doesn't kill that attacker, and it should be clean to go.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. I don't usually mind CPU too bad. It's just the amount of time it takes is so rough because you can't berserk, you can't cast magic. I mean, you can. There's little tricks to do it, but it's just so much of a pain to do.
Yeah, and they can't really berserk or do anything like that. They have to go with the normal damage numbers that they can give. Can't AoE it down. Obviously, they won't really want to. Otherwise, they're going to be hit by a lot of damage when that attack goes down. So they're going to be just doing all the damage numbers, healing up through the Mesa, and just get.
Yep, so a lot of sloggy fights so far. We've had to sit through the Fabul Gauntlet to get Kane. Now we're sitting through a CPU. We got to see a real long D-Machine grinds, and that Leviathan from the Valvalis spot. So, value in Cave Bahamut? Question mark.
It should be, but we'll see how it goes if they make good use.
Did Marriedtoletsplay reset out of that CPU fight? It looks somebody saying in chat that the float strats failed.
Yeah, he did reset. I didn't see why. It could possibly be that the float fast Strelden accidentally killed the attacker and then gonna have some Globe 199 coming at your face.
Right, and it looks like they hadn't checked the Antlion spot either. I thought they did. Maybe didn't save between. I could be wrong.
No, they did not check the Antlion spot. They went straight over to the Ogopogo. Some people choose to do so. It's just that first spot has the 2 chests, and that's the much more preferred.
Well, they're going to be super happy after they get through this, because then they'll have that Excalibur for Cecil, and that'll make the CPU fight a little bit more bearable.
Yeah, do you see now Antidale actually had finished their demishing grind? Didn't see what levels they got, unfortunately. But they're going off to grab their key items from Mega Sisters as well, and joining up with all of our runners to see what the people.
Judging by HP totals, so Rydia's got 1135, so I believe that's just low 40s. Dia's got like 1200, and their Rydia's at 45, I think, 45 or 46.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard for them. Paranoia going to the Paladin spot instead. So he's going top to bottom. Could be really, really good, because if the valley is over there, which we haven't seen much from the bottom side apart from really an Excalibur, it's going to be much better for them. Though no one's really checked on the ground yet.
That's true. That's true. All runners are going to the moon on this one. Thinking like, oh, I'm going to go to the moon early, and that's going to give me a huge advantage. Well, it would if it was worth it, and if not, everybody else did it also. I like this play from Paranoia, going top down, but the problem is there's so many items left to find, it's very likely that they're going to end up going all the way down to the bottom again anyways.
Yeah, so going to be seeing a lot of full clears on this moon. Though Dr. Lugay isn't a bad fight. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that Excalibur, so he's going to do a little bit less damage compared to what the others are. Do you see an Evil Waldo? Might be a little tough. It's a very high HP at this point.
Right, this is the Wyvern spot. Wyvern spot doesn't have as much HP as like the Ogopogo or D-Lunar spot, but it's still going to take some time to grind through this one. Berserk Cecil doing 5200 damage a swing. Might make it pretty quick though.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage on the cane though, but they haven't found much good gear as armor, unfortunately. So things are going to be hitting hard though. Cecil was perfect fine.
And to recap, I don't know if we mentioned it, but there was a white shirt at the Ogopogo spot. Twin Harp at the Wyvern spot, and Earth Crystal at the Pale Dim spot.
So more stuff on the Earth is now available. So we could be hearing some music today. It might be your time to shine, Loaf.
My time to shine. Do I get to sing along?
You can if you would like to. Though the only problem is it might be slightly delayed.
Oh, that's true. We could make that a donation incentive. Are we doing that? Is that part of this? No, that's not this thing. Never mind.
Put that in the suggestions. It should be a thing.
Got it. Got it. So altogether on the moon, we've seen every spot on the moon now, right?
Yes, we have. So not too much value on the moon, but there is more things to be open. So we have the Earth Crystal now. So Towers are going to be decently good. Or we have Twin Heart. We also have the entirety of the underground to be checked. So we'll see what what runners go for. I would personally at the moment be going underground.
Oh yeah, but with there's always the Earth Crystal Twin Harp combo, since they're like right in the same area. I kind of like doing that. However, both checks are really long. So if I was to pop underground, you could run through Dwarf Castle real quick. That doesn't take too long. Maybe check out those Fey March bosses, which I haven't seen. I don't know if anybody checked or not.
Somebody did check. I just can't remember what they are. Also thinking about it, this is a Tarasu seed, and he's known for making music required.
There we go. So hopefully Tarasu living up to his name, and we get to hear that sweet DJ Spoony B.
DJ Spoony B. I like it.
I've heard it called that a couple times. That's not my original thing. Somebody else did that, not me. Disclaimer.
Look, it's yours now. I don't care. I've heard it from you first.
So yeah, we're gonna just see a lot of repeats here until most likely till everybody clears everything on the moon. I don't see anybody just popping back once they find the Earth Crystal or the Twin Harp, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go do that."
No, absolutely. So just really quickly give a shout out to all our runners. Follow their Twitches. They're doing an excellent job so far. Just being a little bit, unfortunately, baited by the moon, which might fall in 3 days. We don't know, but that might be a different game. Also, shout outs to Tarasu, who is our restreamer for the evening, and Mira Noko, who is our good old tracker. And shout out to Lofels as well, who is my co-commentator.
And shout out to Iscal, who was just talking to you just now.
That's very weird. So, nevertheless, while we go through this, let us also explain the Discord. If you are looking at this right now and thinking, what the heck is going on, or oh, I want to get into this, there is a Discord. Do come on in. We're a friendly place, as far as I know, anyway. There's a newbie's corner. Ask any sort of questions. We don't care. And come in and just join the fun.
Oh yeah, and if you're not familiar with the Hummingway Open was open to anybody that wanted to join it. The only requirement was you were in the Highway to the Zenith Zone League, which is the main league going on right now for Final Fantasy FF4FE Enterprise. I think we had over 50 runners sign up for this Hummingway Open, and it's a great range of skill levels. There's people that tried out for the Highway to the Zenith Zone League and did really well but didn't make it, and they're in this. And then there's people that have only played a little bit of Free Enterprise and are trying out, and it's just a super wide range.
Absolutely, and it's really, really cool to see that. You see people of all different kinds. There was a fat joke on your screen if you didn't see it. And if you do want to get into this game, one of the biggest recommendations I make for you is literally get the game, randomize it, and talk to every single NPC. Look around. There's so many Easter eggs and so many just gifts for you to find out of interactions and stuff to look at. It's a really, really big. It's far bigger than what you're seeing right now. And we're going to see some music.
Oh yeah, Dia making the play. I don't know if Dia missed anything. Dia's got the Earth Crystal. I think the only spot that they didn't check was the Bahamut Cave.
No, so we'll see if that comes into play, but it's not going to give too much of value, unfortunately. So everyone's still in a similar spot. Dia's going to be all good. Gonna see what music we get though in a minute, so get ready to speak here to listen to you.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. With my nasally voice, that's what it sounds like to me. Anyways, so this is going to be the first bit of progression or possible progression checks that we've seen outside of the moon, really, and the basic starting checks. After this, only things we have left that we can check now is going to be the Earth Crystal and all of the underground things.
Absolutely. So while while the fights for when the music's about to start, everyone's just running through the moon. Going to be listening to this very, very soon. So everyone's running through the moon. They're going to probably be joining Dia, and we'll probably see a split between people going underground and music. I don't see anyone tackling Towers Up just yet, but Towers Up's required. Could be pretty cool. And now I'm going to shut up and enjoy the music.
Alright, and that sounds like it's the Kokiri Forest theme?
That it is some good old classic Zelda stuff. Really, really cool, because I'm a big fan of Zelda myself. I made a moon joke earlier. So, and we do see a Leviathan, so not too bad a fight.
You saw a Leviathan, it is gone already.
Poof.
Yeah, and that song actually translates to harp really well. I'm pretty surprised and excited to see that. Tower key comes from the twin harp. So is this a big bait chain, or is this gonna be the way to progression?
Absolutely. Well, checking Tower won't be the worst right now. You got Tower Zot, you got Tower Babel, or you got Flame Arch or Dwarf Castle. There's still a lot open to us right now. And Zot would probably be a really good idea to do so right now. It's really close by because you've just gone to check music. And it's got a couple spots. There's a couple extra characters probably going to be thrown away though.
Right. The only thing we're really looking for here is a decent white mage, and with Cure 3s being available in the Moon Shop, don't even really need that. But if you find a Fusoya or a Rosa here, you could probably pick them up. And one key item check here as well.
Yeah, so going to be seeing some more progress as the rest of them just clear out a little bit of Moon. Dia still being in that little bit of a lead from the earliest D machine grind. So we'll see what the other runners do. It does look like somewhere in the underground might be required unless you get like a Baron key here. And then you have to do all that, and it's going to be an Odin spot and Baron.
Oh yeah, very possible. I think what we haven't seen yet would be Baron key, Luca key, and Rat Tail. That could lead to anything else outside of what we've seen.
Absolutely. So while we go through this, as Antidale, Marriedtoletsplay, Paranoia, clear their Moon, Dia's about to check the boss. Do you want to know, it's like, how much are you wanting to see a 17 out of 17 right now? Because that looks, it could possibly happen right now.
Yeah, it's looking pretty likely, unless they just get lucky and just stumble right upon what they're looking for right away. 17 out of 17 is looking pretty likely, and even if it is 17 out of 17, it's still going to be a really fast seed because there's only a few checks left, and we're only at an hour and 4 minutes.
Yeah, I did see Antidale unfortunately having to reset on the Wyvern spot fight. So against that demon wall, probably hitting way too hard for him. Just going to be changing some items around, going to throw himself back at it.
Oh yeah, and it's not like a long walk or anything. So just moving some things around, giving it a second go, hoping the RNG goes your way a little better.
Absolutely, and since we're being raided by a party of 6 from W2 Step, how are you guys going? I know you were doing Final Fantasy IV Enterprise over there as well, so enjoy some more, guys. For those of us just joining us, we had a really weird start. We had a Rydia and a Dark Knight Cecil. Not the worst in the world. It's just, it opened up with a Magma Key and we got Darkness Crystal really early. All our runners have basically cleared the Moon. So it's a very open seed.
Yeah, it looks like Tower Azat is holding another Tela and an Edge. At this point, I probably wouldn't take the Edge. I haven't really seen any good ninja swords, and you already have a pretty strong team and an agility anchor. So this is the play I was thinking of, ditching your Tela for the other Tela to make it even lower level.
Yeah, absolutely. He has changed his Sido though. Gone for the Kane instead.
For the Edge, yeah, it's
Kane? Edge, sorry.
it's not the worst play in the world. You're gonna have to grind him up a little bit, but I mean, Edge is probably gonna deal a significantly bit more damage than Sid, especially when it comes to the Z fight.
See if anyone gets a spoon to throw, and we do see the karate man as the fight. Not gonna be hard at all.
Marriedtoletsplay is the second person to dip out of the moon and coming back down here to the Fey March. They haven't even checked the Fey March chest yet, so they're going to be pretty happy when they see that it doesn't have anything super great, no key items, just an Artemis bow. And we're probably going to see them take on these Fey March bosses right away.
Absolutely. So going back to what I was saying before, do see people dipping down to either on the underground or to Twin Harp. Don't see Towers being picked up for anyone who goes to the underground first. Fey March is still a possibility, especially for Married. I didn't realize he didn't go on the ground yet. I know he unlocked it to go do Sheila, but that's very interesting.
Right, it's a strange thing to miss, but you got to be feeling good when you come back down and you didn't miss anything. Because if there was something good there, you could be like, oh no, I'm so far behind now.
Yeah, so runners might be feeling a little bit of pressure because as they've gone to the moon, they might be thinking, "Oh, did anybody not get on the moon and get finding items? I might be a little bit behind." Unfortunately, we're going to hopefully see a bit more split paths, and could be good. Do you see Marriedtoletsplay are doing the famous bosses though, and see Octomam in, I think it's the Leviathan spot.
Octomam is in the Asura spot, so.
Sorry, Leviathan's the other one.
And it looks like Dia got the Luca key from the Tower of Za. So now heading underground, I'm gonna do the Tower of Babel and then possibly into Luca. Looking more and more like 17 out of 17 at this rate.
It is. Do you probably see him doing tower first? Yeah, so going to be the better idea is two more checks in Luca, as it's a very long way. Gonna be go to stop, check that one, go down, check the other one, and see what gets thrown at him, basically.
I like this idea too, especially since he committed to the Twin Harp play, and Twin Harp is a relatively longer check that some runners might not do. So if you've done it and you get the tower key from it, then you might want to just follow up on that chain because it could give you the advantage.
Absolutely. Do you see Paranoia though going underground as well? So 2 people on the ground, technically 3 people on the ground, but 2 people went underground first instead of going to Twin Harp.
And we get our first half of the crystal. The adamant was being held on to by Octomam. And Dia fighting Rubicant at the top of the Tower of Babel.
Yes. We do see some fighting going on in chat, talking about what people would take. Personal preference, I would switch out the Tello as well, just to get that lower level that you're talking about. Agility anchoring is decently important, but not the highest priority on the list. The question I have is going for the edge instead of the Sid. I would personally have kept the Sid.
Right. I believe the edge versus the Sid is not a huge deal because, I mean, it's going to make you have to level up the edge to get him in play, but it's also going to depend on what kind of strategies you're going for. If I was going for reflect strats, I'd want to keep the Sid there because he's got a big HP pool. I can put a Star Mail on him, and I don't really have to worry about him dying to big bangs right away.
Do you see a package from the top of Tower Battle? Unfortunate. Not going to be checking that at all. It's another character and it takes a little while to do so. I believe people are happy with their current party composition, so.
And Dia doing the play that was done in an earlier race, I don't remember which one it was, where you save at the bottom of the tower and then run to the top, and then if you reset, you're closer to the tower key spot. So that's like a new strategy that's out. But then they find a Golbez in pretty much the easiest boss spot in the game, which really stinks.
That it does. Not gonna be. It's pretty much just star veil as much as you can. Hope Teller dies. I think in this spot. Didn't get to jump their cane though, so don't get a free extra character. So it should be fine. Other than that, see where the other runners go. I didn't see what people got from Octomam, but it doesn't look like it was anything useful. Or was it?
Octomam was the adamant, yes, but the other one was Dark Elf, and it gave a Dragoon Spear.
Never mind, Octomam is not required. So Adamant's going to be really good. Married to actually checking really his mum spot. Didn't realize he ever checked that. Just going to be grabbing Hook. So Moon not really fuss with doing that stuff. We have Dwarf Castle and Luca Key now as pretty much everyone's choices.
And we get to see what comes from using this tower key here in a minute, because Dia is through this Golbez fight. While annoying, still easy.
Yeah, going to be having Golbez destroy a tower. Get out there pretty quick. Should be fine. Marriedtoletsplay going to go grab his twin hub though.
Very nice. So we get a little bit of a music encore, some more Kakiri Forest. Meanwhile, Antidale is still finishing up the moon on this Valvolus fight. I'm assuming this is the last spot he has to check. And then probably going to head back down underground and follow what the other runners are doing. 2 people go into Twin Harp at the same time. Anyway, we could turn on both of their music and just get like this really weird remix.
Now, so first you want to sing it, and now you want a remix of it. Do you want to sing the remix too?
Yeah, yes, I do. Yeah, I mean, I'm an entrepreneur. What can I say? I like to change things up a little bit.
Could you say you're a free entrepreneur?
I am actually, yes. All right, we're gonna get to take a look at this tower key item spot on Dia's screen when he falls onto this airship.
Do also see something about math in the chat. Do want to mention I have a really big guy in maths. I'm a mathematician myself, so any kind of maths I'm in love with. So that's why I love card games. Do you see a spoon though? So he's got an edge. He can throw it.
So maybe reassured on that decision to hang on to the edge. But Tarasu points out that the Twin Harp is not required because it led to the tower key, which led to a spoon. So just kind of a dead end chain there, but we all appreciate it anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't matter too much. People are still going there. So Dia having a little bit of a question between the last 3 slots he's got on the ground. Going to Luca.
Yeah, I actually kind of like the Luca cave check. It does take some time to get down there, but you can reset if it's not something important. So it's kind of nice, and you don't have to sit through the cutscenes that you have to sit through in Dwarf Castle. I'd say altogether, both spots are pretty similar time-wise.
Yeah, so going to be a little bit annoying. But yeah, if Dwarf Castle it's been pointed out, if Dwarf Castle is required, it means Moon was not needed at all.
Right, if it's going to depend on what this Luca key gives, because this is the last bit of the chain from the moon. And that'll be interesting to see, since all 4 runners full cleared the moon, and it could be completely for nothing.
Yeah, it would be very interesting. But yeah, Adamant was Octomam at the Azura spot. Was a decently easy fight as well. So this run could have been a lot shorter. But unfortunately, everyone just got baited by the moon play.
And there's our Baron key. Hello, 17. I'm smelling it.
Could be interesting. So Baron could be possible. It's a very long chain going so far. We'll see if people decide to just dip into Dwarf Castle now instead of continuing that Luca.
So let's recap this chain if it goes anywhere. So we got the Earth Crystal came from Pale Dim. The Tower of Zak gave the Luca key, and the Luca key gave the Baron key. So that's a pretty rough chain if it does lead to somewhere.
That's very interesting. So you got the Earth Crystal to Tower key. So you got a key, then you got another key, then you got another key, and you got the Magma key inside of Baron. So technically you got all 4 keys in a row.
I think is that we should have a flag set where you just have to collect all 4 keys, and then you can just unlock Zeramus's true form.
Absolutely, be very, very interesting. You got to go through this like little dungeon thing, find the boss key. Kind of, it's Zelda style, you know, it's fine.
So much Zelda tonight.
But nevertheless, I will be very surprised if Dia doesn't decide to pop into Dwarf Castle first before going to Baron Castle, which is decently the same length, but obviously Baron Castle also gives you the Odin spot, so it could be 2 checks. Could also see him do Fey March and grab that Adamant.
Right, we have not seen him do that yet. Looks like both Paranoia and Dia are running up the Tower of Babel. No. Hold on, I'm so confused. Marriedtoletsplay, yeah. Marriedtoletsplay on Zot, not Babel. My bad.
Yeah, so both Marriedtoletsplay and Paranoia have gone and done their music. Going to be going through Tower of Zot. Antidale not too far behind them as well.
Right, and our tracker, Miare Noko, pointing out we still haven't seen the rat tail yet, so that could also be part of the chain.
Absolutely could be, and if that rat tail doesn't really bring up much, this avoidance of the dwarf castle is going to hinder these players so much, being the last spot to check.
I can say that I've done the exact same before. I actually had one seed where I cleared every single thing in the entire game and found no pieces to the crystal, and the demist was at Golbez's spot, and I got the adamant from there and the legend from the dwarf castle. That was pretty much the worst seed I've played.
That's fair enough. It is also interesting that people are avoiding dwarf castle, so they're not aging their Rydia.
Right. The only real advantage the growing up Rydia has is going to be gives you the level 2 spells, which is way in the past now for Rydia, and it also gives you the rest of the summons.
Yeah, very good point. But we do see a Wyvern over here, so going to be getting at least one star row off. Got it off on the Rydia. Should be a decently easy fight. Should just one-shot itself, or not. Never. Oh, never mind. He got the 2 star Cecil live as well.
Actually, I think Cecil just survived it. It looked like they just got the 1 star veil off, and Cecil just survived it and did the cleanup.
No, could be that as well. It doesn't deal 4 damage there. It's not buffed up as it usually is. So yeah, good play.
Yep, and it looks like the Kaipo guards have invaded Baron and took over the throne.
They're not supposed to be here.
So another real easy fight. Haven't seen anything super difficult yet, just annoying things so far. So this seed's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So it's all going to kind of depend on how much longer this chain goes.
Yeah, so if this Baron Castle doesn't bring up anything, and maybe the other runners decide to run over to Dwarf Castle, could be rather useful. Do you see a Fusia though? Fusia in Baron Castle.
What did you say earlier? Tella is evolving?
Tella evolved into Fusia. Gonna be pretty useful for that. Now got a dedicated white mage. He's decently buffed up already. A lot of bosses have died. So not really any kind of needed for him.
Oh yeah, he just comes prepackaged, ready to go, good equipment, and there is that life staff that we got from the Antlion Cave right in the beginning, so a really good addition here at the end.
More beard, more power. Yeah, Tella just aged and also became a Luna.
Oh, hello, Rat Tail. Who threw this Rat Tail in the trash?
Oh no, the chain continues. We do have a hook. We'll see if he checks it before going to Dwarf Castle.
Definitely got to check the Odin spot first. One thing I didn't realize that I just forgot is that the Adamant is in the Fey March, and Dia hasn't gone there yet. So Dia could easily clear everything else before going back to the Fey March.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little bit weird that he is avoiding Fey March. It's usually a bit of a higher pick. Could be thinking other people haven't gone there because he hasn't seen the dot finish yet, or dot end, or whatever. So could be thinking maybe it's not there. But obviously the legend is the only thing people haven't.
Right, and Elements at Odin spot, and If Dia plays his cards right, it could be a pretty quick fight because you can get a quick kill on the elements if you deal enough damage to get past the transformation.
And that will not be hard with a nuking Fusoya.
Oh, not actually doing a lot of damage on that nuke, only 4,800. So it's going to get into the second half of the fight. But with these levels, I wouldn't even be remotely worried. It's just going to go down pretty fast.
Yeah. So yeah, Adamant was in Azure spot being guarded by an Octopus. So it wasn't that hard a fight, and still haven't found the legend. It could be either in the Odin spot that has just been finished, Dwarf Castle, or Dwarf Castle.
And would you look at that? We are in go mode. Well, no, actually, we're in no mode. I forgot again that Dia didn't do Fey March. So the Legend Sword is at the Odin spot, meaning that the moon was required.
And that was a very long chain that he had to go through to get that Legend Sword. He had to go up to the moon, grab all the keys, go through Baron Castle, and then get the Odin spot. It's annoying.
Right, so now this seed is actually even more interesting because Dia hasn't done those Fey March bosses yet. So Dia still has Dwarf Castle to check, and is that all? Oh,
Yeah,
right.
so it's only Rattail and Dwarf Castle available left, apart from Fey March. Probably going to be checking out Rattail first. It's a little bit quicker. Don't know what he's going to choose. If he chooses Dwarf Castle, he's going to be a little bit behind if people finish off this chain. But he's still in a good position. He's a little bit further than all the other runners.
Oh, yeah. The only thing that's really going to take away from Dia is if one of the runners that already has the adamant completes that chain and gets to that very spot immediately. Which it looks like Marriedtoletsplay is doing the tower key spot, which is going to give a spoon, so nothing there. And Paranoia is running up Zot, which is the correct play, and going to get that Luca key. So it's going to depend on whether they go Luca Baron right away or not.
Yeah, absolutely. Antidale, unfortunately, still hasn't done Fey March himself. Hasn't got that adamant. But that's because he hasn't even gotten on the ground yet. He went straight to Twin Harp and got his Luca tower key, and then came over here. And
Yep,
of course, you get the pink tail.
Yeah, you get that sweet little twofer. I actually like that when you pick up the pink tail and it just automatically goes into the a pink tail that I just gave you. Thank you.
Yeah, so, hey, I really want tail, so give me your rat tail and I'll give you this pink one. Oh, can I have that back and I'll give you this giant spear instead? Thanks. Definitely interesting. So Dia now not with much left. Is he going for Antline? Did he not do Antline?
Looks like it. So Dia a little further behind than we even realized. Still shouldn't be too bad because this isn't going to take long at all. And it's going to kind of depend on whether they decide to go to Dwarf Castle before those Fey March bosses or not. I think they're far enough ahead where it should be okay. But again, it's just going to depend on if anybody takes that Luca key to Baron right away.
Careful, did anyone blink? I didn't see a plague anywhere. So yeah, now is the choice of does he go Dwarf Castle or Fey March? If he goes Dwarf Castle, unfortunately that will put him a little bit further and give a chance for the other two to catch up, which means a closer race, and it will depend on the Zeromus fight where people go. Or he can go Fey March, and it looks like it might be Dwarf Castle.
Nope, psyched you out.
Every time.
I think that's the third time that Dia's landed at Dwarf Castle and then taken off again somewhere else.
I'm gonna have to ask him why, if he's just baiting me on purpose. But at least he's doing the right play. He's going to Fey March. He's going to be doing his boss fights. We'll see if he does the Azure spot, the Leviathan spot first. But both should go very, very quick for him.
Oh yeah, not really. I don't think it's gonna matter too bad which one he does first. Dia's gonna be in go mode very shortly. Not really gonna need a grind unless he wants nuke on Rydia. I believe Rydia just learned weak. Might need 1 or 2 more levels, which at this point, well over 10 key items. Could just pop a couple eggs and get that.
Yeah, will not take long for that to happen. So he's going to be in go mode very soon. Will have had 17 out of 17 items. Don't think he, because he did get the pink tail, didn't he, from Rat Tail?
Yes, but reset out maybe?
Most likely got the gung and went no. But nevertheless, he also reset out package. So he doesn't actually have all 17 items, but he definitely got them at some point. Other than that, he's gone straight for Octoman. Definitely the easier fight as well, so not surprising he's gone for this. Going to be grabbing his adamant and finishing off and getting into go mode.
And the other 2 runners that both already have the adamant are both going down the Lucre Cave at the same time, which is the correct path. So it's going to be a pretty tight race between those 2 as well.
Absolutely. And the biggest part about it, if Dia has a little bit of trouble in the Zeromus fight, for those who don't know, Zeromus is still a tough nut to crack. He should be alright, he has some decent numbers. Unfortunately, Edge and Rydia might still have a little bit of trouble with the big bangs. And if he does mess up, he is going to die. So that Cecil is going to be very, very tanky.
Right, if it were me, I would just let Rydia and maybe even Edge just take a nap through that whole fight. Berserk Kane and Cecil heal up with Fu, and you're ready to go, I think.
Absolutely. So, he's going to do Forge and Crystal. Won't probably see him do much grinding. It may be 1 or 2 eggs, probably not at all though. And just using that pass he's got and heading straight over.
That's right, yeah, the first runner into go mode, and all of our runners have the pass as well, so we don't have to see another long moonwalk either.
Yeah, absolutely. So, going to be really good. We'll see what happens. But so Paranoia and Married in 2 very close positions. Both going to be going to Baron very, very soon, most likely. And Dia once again has been in a lead for the entire run with that the earliest D machine grind going.
And Dia checking my favorite shop in the game and finding some protect rings. Looks like he picked a couple of them up, and gonna have that for the Z fight, which helps a lot as well.
Absolutely, and crystal armor as well. Probably going to be throwing that onto the good old Cecil. Going to be even more tanky as he's level 62. Has an Excalibur and an Avenger. I'm pretty sure he can solo Zeromus at this point.
Going straight to the fight, it looks like. Don't need any more levels. Like I said, just let Rydia take a nap. You don't need nuke. You don't need to bounce anything. It's all good.
Absolutely. He's going to probably have a decent easy time. Gonna make sure he puts on that armor and the Excalibur before, because he can't get the Avenger on. But there is I think it's a question that we ask every time we go towards this fight. I can't remember how it goes.
I think it's something along the lines of like, whose butt are we gonna kick today?
Absolutely. Did he take the Avenger off?
I hope so.
I really do hope so. But nevertheless, make your guesses in chat now. I am going for Bossomus.
Bossomus. I like what are the newer text box ones? Have you seen those yet? Like,
No, I haven't actually.
yeah, there's like text box one that says like warning, Sprite cannot be loaded or something like that. It's pretty.
404 Zeromus not found.
Yeah, something along those lines.
But nevertheless, I think he does still have the Avenger on. Might make this a little bit slower, but he should still be alright.
I think it would be alright, especially with those levels, but man, that would just stink. Knowing you have an Excalibur and you could be using it the whole time.
Absolutely. So we'll see what he turns into as Antidale going through their Luca cave, and the others in Baron.
Yeah, surprisingly, all the runners making the right choices at this point. Still, nobody has done Dwarf Castle. So,
Yep, and thankfully enough, he did remove it, so he now just be able to use that crystal.
Z looks kind of fast here.
He probably is a little bit faster because he doesn't have that really low level teller, but obviously Fusio isn't fast either. He's a very slow character nevertheless, even though he is pretty high.
Oh, and it's Woodsmith from Kirby.
The first boss. He should have been here earlier, man. So good old Woodsmith. How many Kirby games is he in? All of.
I didn't really play a lot of Kirby, but I seem to see him all the time, anytime I did. So, yeah, probably.
So yeah, so we have the Wispy Woods, the first boss of literally every Kirby game. Unfortunately, gets beaten up by him a lot. Have his own apples thrown him. Looking at some new opponents, going to be trying to do something about it. Going to be throwing lightning instead of apples too.
Wow, that Big Bang came out pretty fast. Yeah, Dia's resetting. That was a speedy Zero Miss.
Yeah, he probably didn't do quite what he wants. Fusiar not being the greatest agility yank. I don't know if he has curse ring on him. Might be an idea to throw that on, unless that might be the reason why.
Not changing anything though, going straight back into the fight. As far as I saw, it didn't change anything at all. So maybe it was just the execution. Dia wants to do it a little differently.
Yeah, was pointed out in chat. He put the Avenger on Cecil and tried to use the crystal. So Jerome's got an extra shake. And you want to give him as little shakes as possible.
And it looks, yeah, they're saying, Tarasu and Kedril saying he broke his Cecil, basically. So your main damage dealer isn't doing any damage, then that's probably worth a reset.
Absolutely. But yeah, would definitely I would rather see if really is not going to be important, be thrown into the middle, and just throw a curse ring on her and just let her die. You're not going for the reflect strats. Fusio's going to be just healing while you zerk. So there's no point her really being here, especially because she doesn't have nuke, so they're not really going to be buffing up.
Yeah, and with this party, trying to find an agility anchor could be a little difficult because all of them, well, Rydia got buffed really high in levels, and Rydia's not really super slow. Her agility's not too bad. Edge, obviously, super fast, and your two fighters are going to be pretty fast. So with Fusoya being your best bet with a curse ring, I mean, that's just what you got to go with, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see what other runners go for. Fusia still being picked up by literally everybody. Going with that instead of the teller. It's not a bad idea to go with, but obviously getting 2 shakes off still.
Ouch. Dia tried to throw a spoon and did it a little too early, and it didn't work. So if you try to use an item on Theramis before an ATB tick, I believe, it just kind of fails.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. That's a lot of damage that's actually off the table for him. Especially because if he keeps messing up, Paranoia and Married are going to be coming right up his tail, doing the Odin spot.
Right, Paranoia's got the Legend Sword, is in go mode as well, and Marriedtoletsplay is in the fight to get their Legend Sword. So could be pretty close. This Z is still really fast. It looks like Dia doesn't have silk webs either, so it was hard casting slow. Those big bangs are coming out kind of quick.
Yeah, probably really needs to get a silk web off. The other problem is he is not really getting any nerfs off for these big bangs, which is going to keep letting this edge go down. Be a lot of management as Fusia and Edge are going to die here. So would not be surprised if he's going to be resetting very soon, unless he's just going to keep what he's got.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna have to use Kane as a chemist here for a minute. Honestly, just gotta keep Cecil and one other character alive, and you should be all right. Man, those big bangs are coming out quick, though.
Yeah, definitely going to be annoying. Well, I believe he should just let Edge and Nvidia actually just keep sleeping, keep Fusio alive. He's got the Cure 4. Keep going round and using those that magic. Keep Cecil alive at least. Kane can drop if he needs to. But Cecil, just let him work. He's got a lot of damage. He's super good. He's super tanky. Going to be surviving at least 2 big bangs, so Fusio can keep focus on himself.
Does manage to get Fu back up. We're gonna see if Fu can get that Cure 4 off before it's too late. I think he's got the input in early enough, but is that Cure 4 gonna hold him?
Yeah, especially with the little drain that Big Bang does. Should be enough to let. Yeah, it's enough to let him survive. So he probably just needs to, at this point, keep these 3 alive and keep it at that. Really, he can't focus on Edge and Nvidia. Big Bang's doing too much damage. He can't get in time to nerf it. So they're just going to keep biting the dust.
Yeah, so as long as Dia can keep cranking those Cure 4s out, and we don't get a nasty Big Bang into a media or something like that, I think he's got it. Oh,
the other problem is he just cast Cure 4 while Kane was jumped. Kane will not survive. Oh no, he used the nuke instead. Might be a little bit lucky there.
Yeah, that might hurt a little bit, but with the nuke, it's going to give him time to get another Cure 4 off. Throwing an Ether on Fusoya as well.
Absolutely, so he's going to get them back topped off. Put them back in a good position at least, able to survive the next Big Bang that comes out. So definitely looks like he's going to get through this unless he makes another mistake. He is spending a little bit too much time once again getting Edge up, but honestly, this guy should be going down very soon.
Yeah, probably try to get Edge up for a little extra damage, but I don't know, I feel like that's, even if there's always throwing stuff with Edge, that's right, so that'll help. And we're in rock falling phase, so it won't be long now.
Yeah, he should be fine. Meteor can sometimes miss. Only hit the edge actually. So just gonna get that extra little bit damage straight through, and he is done. Flash comes through, and that is a time of 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 20 seconds. GG's to Dia at first place.
Yeah, GG Dia made it through that fight. That was a nail biter there, and it looks like Dia might be joining us here in just a few seconds, while Paranoia and Marriedtoletsplay are going to go into their Zeramus fight.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a tight one between Marriedtoletsplay. See who.
Well, it sounds like Iscout may have cut out for a second here, so.
Oops, sorry, I think I let go of my push to talk key. So while we got that, hello Dia and GG. Who is muted?
Let's just talk at Dia while we're waiting for them to unmute. Just pretend they can hear everything.
My bad.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Always works after a bit of time.
Yeah.
So first of all, Dia, GG's and congratulations here in first place. How
Thank
did you
you.
feel the run went?
I felt it was going really well until I accidentally got rid of the curse string on Tada. At that point, I was kind of freaking out, trying to figure out how I was going to manipulate my agility for Z, because I knew that fight was going to be insanely quick.
That actually explains a lot, because we were wondering what was happening with Agility Anchor. We didn't realize you got rid of the curse ring on your tether.
Yeah, that's like right after the fight. I was like, oh crap, and just started checking the stats on everyone just to see like, is there any way I can manipulate this to make it work? And I just did not see a good one. So yeah.
Being very, very dicey in that last Zeromus fight. Obviously, you got to very, very low numbers at one point. I was actually really worried for you because that could have cost you. Currently, 2 other runners are in the Zeromus fight. So, other than that, it's like, how did you feel going into that? Because obviously, you had to reset once.
Going into it, I felt okay, not great, because I figured that if you went to Moon, most people would full clear, and I was able to skip Cave Bahamut. And getting the Vengeance Sword from Odin's spot, I felt pretty good about too. So,
At any point were you worried that something might be in Dwarf Castle?
Dwarf Castle was going to be my next check after Fame March. Like, I was gonna do it after Luca, but then Luca gave me something or other. I think it gave me the rat tail, so I went and checked that. Then ended at 9. Then I went down, saved before Fame March again outside Dwarf Castle. So it's just like, I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, all the keys were in a little chain with each other, obviously apart from Magma Key, but it wasn't Baron, so you can count it. And Odin's spot obviously gave you the Legend. Though I must ask, you kept saving at Dwarf Castle, probably to reset back there if there was nothing there, but you kept baiting me thinking you were going to go in there, so...
Yeah, that was just kind of like, I'm passing by it anyways, I'll just save here for the reset if nothing's in Luca or if nothing's in Fame March, and I'll just be able to get back there instantly. But both times I got something, so I didn't actually do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So other than that, so you think you could have done anything better in the run at all? Like if you had any chance, anything you could change?
There were a couple things. I could have done probably like a few less steam machines doing the grind. I could have done the situation a lot better. And like my pathing wasn't great, but it was decent enough. So a few things I could improve on there.
That's
Right,
and also not get rid of your curse ring.
Yes.
I was wondering, kind of like, how did you feel after you full cleared that moon? Because it seemed like it didn't really give you a whole lot for going up to the moon that early.
Yeah, I was feeling a little worried, like if neither of the Earth Crystal or Harp led to anything, because that would have been like just a huge time sink. But I also knew that a lot of people probably would be going moon as well, since we got that darkness so early. So I felt like it could be risky, but it also isn't as bad as it probably could be.
Right, and actually all 4 runners did do the moon first before doing almost anything underground, so you had that going for you at least.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So GG's on your first place victory, dear. And I hope wish you good luck for the rest of the tournament. And have a good night, man.
Right, thanks to both of you for commenting, thanks to Terrasu for restreaming, and thanks to the tracker who I can't remember who it is right now. Sorry.
Miari Noko.
Norendoko. So thanks to all of you guys for putting this on. It's always fun.
Yep, thanks for letting us watch.
Yep. Bye.
And as...
You go.
Okay, as we were doing the interview, Paranoia did finish in second place with a time of 1 hour 43 minutes 28 seconds, and we were joined by Paranoia right now. So GG Paranoia on your second place finish. How do you feel about that?
I just wish I didn't listen to the Twin Harp.
To be fair, I think everybody did the Twin Harp, so you got to enjoy good music at least.
Yeah, it was very interesting that everyone's pretty similar with how they went. Everyone went to the moon, everyone did Twin Harp. It's just a little bit of executionals here and there, but nevertheless, it's a really, really good run for how many items. It's under 2 hours for nearly, or actually technically was a 17 out of 17. You just missed a pink tail from getting it from rat tail. So other than that, so it's like, how did you feel about going to that Zeromus fight? You cleared it really quickly.
Once I was there, I knew my team was ready to go. Like, I didn't need anyone else or anything. I had the levels, I had everything I needed. Cecil was trucking things for like 5 to 6k.
Yeah, absolutely. I was very surprised because, like, I just looked away, I blinked, and it wood just got chopped down. You might as well have gone in with a wood axe. But nevertheless, how did you feel about the start, going with a Rydia and a Dark Knight Cecil?
All I really was looking for at the start was just sirens and maybe some coffins, so I could get some early levels on her. It really helped that we got good early mage gear too.
Yeah, that's you were the only one that did those real early egg grinds, and I did mention it right off the bat with the Magma Key start. If you can find sirens and coffins and they happen to be in the same shop, that might be a good starting play, and you did do that, and I could tell that it helped you out on those early fights.
Yeah, so if you could have done literally anything differently though in the run, like including maybe just not do Twin Hut, is there anything else you would have done?
There's a couple things here and there I was thinking about when I went in with it. Like if I remembered to switch out the Excalibur for every fight, a lot of them would have gone a little bit faster.
Oh yeah, we saw a lot of playing around with Excaliburs and Avengers on this seed. It was kind of entertaining for us. You weren't the only one, don't worry. How did you make your decision to dive the moon when you did instead of clearing some of the underground?
Really, all I was looking for was I was just looking for weak and and I wanted to get Cecil, to Paladin first before I started doing my grind. From there, I just decided to go straight up to the moon.
Yeah, so you're done your D machine grind, you go for what would be the decently harder bosses, but there's a lot more checks up there, so you made the right play. Nevertheless, GG to you, man, on the second place. Hope to give you good luck for the rest of the matches. And I hope you have a good night, man.
You too.
Yep, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for letting us watch.
So in the meantime, both our final runners are now in the Zeromus fight. Marriedtoletsplay unfortunately having some very unfortunate time. Nurse strat's going off, but not quite giving him enough for survivability. He's had to reset, I think, twice.
Yeah, I believe this is the second reset, and it's actually let Antidale pull ahead, but then now we've seen a reset from Antidale as well. So with this party, it's proven to be a little difficult to keep Zeromus in the state that you want.
Yeah, thinking about it, they got rid of their Sid for Teller in this kind of thing. No one using Teller as an agility anchor either. They're still using Luciano, still decently slow. Though I do see Antidale might stick with Teller now. So while the last two runners are running through the Zeromus fight, I just want to give a quick shout out to the highway to the Zima Zone, which will be happening very, very soon. So it's going to be going on with the playoffs now, where in each division. It's going to be really, really cool. It's going to be really hyped up. Highway, all these matches are. And it's just going to be like, these are the best of the best. They've got through this good stages. And then you're just going to see runs just be absolutely destroyed. You might see even some tricks, a lot more run variety. Definitely tune in for those. Other than that, is there anything else that you want to shout out to, Red Foss?
No, not really. I just with that league going on and this Hemingway Open going on, it's a really exciting time. And like, I remember watching the league last year, and that was when I really got into it. And I was upset that I didn't get a chance to try to get into that league. But I mean, I would have been squashed anyways. There's so many good runners in that thing. Magus won it last year, and he's undefeated so far, I believe, in this year's league. So it'll be interesting to see if he can pull off another win this year. So, with a lot of good runners, a lot more talent this year than there was last year.
So what you're saying is mathematically not Simba.
Sure.
Absolutely. So going through that as well, just a quick shout out to join the Discord if you're interested in what you're seeing. There's a lot more Zeromus spreads as well. There's all made, or at least most of them I believe, made by Scarlet Kitty. So shout outs to her and all the work that they do. There's a lot of work put into this game, a lot of love and a lot of time. Obviously, we've got all these races and runs and tournaments. Join Discord; it's a great place. As I said, I saw it earlier in the chat. We're one of the friendliest communities out there, which I firmly believe. I've been in quite a few, and this is definitely a great place to be. Other than that, a shout out to our runners, Marriedtoletsplay and Antidale, having at least a decent time along with everybody else. They're still good runners, and they're going through. It's a decently quick run for what's almost 17 out of 17 items. Give them a follow really quick. Other than that, shout outs to Tarasu for restreaming, and Mirono Noko once again for just being tracker and being on point of this. Whenever we've got a question, Tarasu seems to be there.
Oh yeah, they're helping us out a lot. I always watch these and I like listen to the commentary and I'm like, oh, how did the commentator miss this? And they need help from the tracker, and then I do it myself and I'm like, oh, that's how you miss it, because I miss so many things watching this. It's really hard to keep up. I just wanted to remind everyone that these 4 that are racing right now are the 4 that are undefeated so far in the Hummingway Open. So everybody's coming into this match with 8 points. Dia placing first place is going to get 4 more. It's going to be at 12. Paranoia will be at 11. And then whoever finishes next will be at 10. And the final person will be at 9. I believe you're going to need to have 10 points to have a shot at the finals, if I did all my calculations correct. So this 3rd place finish is going to be really important here.
It is going to be. The good news is, even if for 4th place, you have another run to go, and 1 point will even get you to 10 points. The problem is that it can still knock you out. So going to be going for a gunning on the next round. So all these matches are going to be hyped up. It's going to be really, really cool. So definitely, anytime we can get a run out, we're going to be here, and we're going to be giving it entertainment to all. And GG's, Marriedtoletsplay, just on the skin of his teeth with a Fusio and a Cecil just on the brink of death, has beat Zeromus with a time of 1 hour, 54 minutes and 14 seconds. GG's.
Yeah, GG. Marriedtoletsplay. That was pretty good, especially after a couple issues there. And we're joined here by Marriedtoletsplay. How'd you feel about that one?
Oh, it was alright.
Absolutely. Looks a little bit sketchy for you. You had to reset a couple of times, did you not?
Well, yeah, for some reason, the agility manipulation just wasn't working out in my favor. And then I remembered that there were silk webs and barons that would have saved me a couple of wipes there, but besides that, I don't feel I did too bad. I maybe should have grinded a couple more fights on the moon before I tried taking on the moon bosses, but I think the strategy itself was good. Gain to the moon as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's
there's one question I did actually want to ask you. All the other 3 runners did D-Machine grind, and you were the only one who grinded on the moon. Is there any reason why you did that instead?
I don't like the D-Machine grind.
That's a good
That's
answer.
fair.
That is a good answer. Yeah, actually, choosing to do the gold reuse as opposed to the D-Machine grind allowed you to actually encounter the bosses on the moon earlier than the other runners, but they had a little more levels on you, so the fights went a little faster. I'd say overall, it actually wasn't that big of a trade-off.
And I honestly think if I just done a couple more Ryu fights up front, but with Cecil having level 40 something after just a couple fights, I figured I'd be able to take on anything up there. That was a miscalculation on my part.
Yeah, unfortunately, Magasisters decided to say no to your plans. So it did cost you a little bit of time and a little bit of a problem. Still a really good run nevertheless, as there was a long chain. You were right behind Paranoia, you were in Zeromus fight at the same time. Both had a little bit of trouble with it. So it was unfortunate, but very good run nonetheless. So 3rd place is not the worst. Still be going in strong for the next round as well.
And here's the thing, I was up against 3 other people who had gotten all wins so far. It was found, people were going to have to get 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at some point.
Right. That's one of the big reasons I wanted to commentate this one is because you guys are my main competition going into this last round. So I had to watch you closely to get some good strategies. I actually had a question for you. After clearing out the moon, and then you decided to go underground, we noticed that you'd never checked Feymarch, or I don't think you checked the Sylph Cave or anything like that. Was there a reason you decided to skip those free checks before popping up to the moon?
I wanted to get everything done at once. I don't like doing pan, doing Yang check without pan. I don't like doing the Feymarch unless I think I'm gonna be able to take on the bosses. I had moon access. I had my ability to grind. I knew as soon as I got done with the moon, I could come down, wipe through everything down there. So that was just the thought process there.
That's very fair enough, and it did help you out quite a bit near the end there. Being able to wipe through those bosses was decently quick for you. So nevertheless, GG's to you, man, and I wish you the best of luck on your next runs.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you all for commenting and tracking, restreaming. Really appreciate you guys. Looking forward to rewatching the VOD later.
Yep, and thanks for letting us watch. It was an awesome race. And with that, Antidale did finish 4th place with a time of 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 4 seconds. All of our runners under 2 hours for what it was basically a 17-17 seed for everyone. So GG to all of them. Make sure you go give them all a follow. There's some good runners in here.
Absolutely. Just want to reinstate that they all had 2 first place finishes already. They're still pretty far ahead, and it's going to be really cool. Now we're going to be so shoutouts to more runs in the future. Highway to Zima Zone starting once again. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be great. Follow the runners today. Follow the tracker. Do whatever you can to support this place, because we're going to have more. We're going to be more hyped. We're going to bring you the entertainment, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. And we're going to make it.
Yep. Thank you so much for joining us. The race is over. There's Antidale doesn't have his mic ready to go, so we can't do an interview there. So that's about all we got, and we're gonna be rating K-Megs, it looks like.
Absolutely. So we're going to be jumping on over there. Join on in and support more people. It's going to be great. So we wish you the best of luck. We love you and take
care. I think he cut out on the take, so take care.
care.